Welcome back, everyone. This is Nate from Nate's Here and There, coming to you from near or far. Today we're out here at Mount Calvary Baptist Church here in Cowpens, South Carolina. We're going to walk through and see what kind of military graves we can find. So grab a chair. On this day the Lord has made, sit back and enjoy. And this is our first military, Raymond Dawkins, South Carolina, Corporal, U.S. Army, World War II, December 23rd, 1911, to May the 1st, 1971. Thank you for your service. And this is James P. Weeks, SK3, U.S. Navy, September 8th, 1935 to January the 24th, 1976. Thank you for your service. And this is Booker T. Wilkins, U.S. Army, World War II, March the 9th, 1911 to October 26, 1997. Thank you for your service. This is Garrison David Weeks, Wilkinson, New Jersey, Corporal, 841 Engineer Battalion, Korea, August the 33rd, 1931 to May the 6th, 1965. Thank you for your service. This is James E. Wilkins, South Carolina, Tech 5, 366 OQM Truck Company, World War II, February 12, 1911 to December 26, 1966. Thank you for your service. Here's Calvin Benjamin Wilkinson, South Carolina, Corporal, 536 Port Company, TC, World War II, April 28, 1916 to December 15, 1972. Thank you for your service. Here's Gant H. Wilkins, Private, U.S. Army, World War II, January 1921, or January 1st, 1921 to December 22nd, 1975. Thank you for your service. Here's Sergeant James H. Wilkinson, South Carolina, U.S. Army, World War I, July the 26th, 1895 to June the 9th, 1961. Thank you for your service. Here's Charles Murray, a private Charles Murray, South Carolina, Company C, 345 surface QCM, World War I, August 14, 1893 to August the 14th, 1964. Thank you for your service. And this is Private Joe S. Dover, U.S. Army. Thank you for your service. That's all I can see. But thank you for your service. Here's Private First Class Keith L. Haywood, U.S. Army, September 26, 1929 to August the 15th, 1973. Thank you for your service. And this is Private First Class Ed Haywood. He was in World War I. I can barely see anything. I had to clean up some of it off with my foot. But thank you for your service. Here's Sergeant James Gaffney Jr., U.S. Army, World War II, 1920 to 1985. Thank you for your service. And here is Private Junius Woods, South Carolina, 339 Service Battalion, QMC, World War I, August the 16th, or 26th, 1896, to April 29th, 1947. Thank you for your service. Here is Tillard McCam, U.S. Navy, World War II, March 8, 1914 to February 7, 1987. Thank you for your service. This is Gibson Wilkins, South Carolina, Private, May the 21st, 1937. Thank you for your service. And this is Corporal Charlie Buckinson, South Carolina, 1 Provision Development Brig, World War I, June the 14th, 1895 to November the 11th, 1962. Thank you for your service. This is John T. Woods, U.S. Army, World War II, October the 6th, 1920 to March the 16th, 2009. Thank you for your service. This is Joe L. McClooney, SN, U.S. Navy, February the 21st, 1936 to October the 9th, 1978. Thank you for your service. Here's Private Charlie Lloyd Dawkins, U.S. Army, World War II, March the, only thing I see is 1923 to April the 2nd, 1987. Thank you for your service. Here's Marvin George Simpson, SP4, U.S. Army, Vietnam, October the 3rd, 1942 to April the 24th, 2016. Thank you for your service. And this is Harold Simpson Sr., ST3, U.S. Navy, August the 4th, 1828 to June the 1st, 1992. Thank you for your service. This is Private Ted Gaffney, South Carolina, 216 Base Unit AAF, World War II, December 26, 1924 to February the 13th, 1967. Thank you for your service. This is Private Ted Gaffney, South Carolina, 216 Base Unit AAF, World War II, December 26, 1924 to February the 13th, 1967. Thank you for your service. Here's William Haywood, South Carolina, Corporal William Haywood, South Carolina, 305 Service Battalion, June 23rd, 1932. Thank you for your service. this is Private First Class Van Haywood, South Carolina, U.S. Army, World War II, December the 8th, 1907 to April the 1st, 1958. Thank you for your service. And this is Private Monroe Ross, South Carolina, 353 Field Artillery. I cannot tell what war he was in, but thank you for your service. This is George E. McCleany, South Carolina, Private George E. McCleany, 431 Rest Labor Battalion, QMC, World War I, April the 9th, 1896 to June the 14th, 1962. Thank you for your service. This is Corporal Frank Mims, South Carolina, 364 74 QM Truck Company, World War II, March 13, 1922 to February 2nd, 1965. Thank you for your service. This is Private Frank Jones, South Carolina, World War I, October the 15th, 1896 to January the 1st, 1972. Thank you for your service. I think that's going to do it for this one. We walked around the Mount Calvary Baptist Church here in Cowpens, South Carolina. Found a lot of military graves. So if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit your bell to notify you when I upload videos just like this one. Like, share, and comment on the videos, and please share these videos. With all that said, be safe, God bless, and we'll catch you on the next one. And remember to let go and let God. Bye now.